It's an A24 or a movie. It's black and white.
This is the Bill Squire Show.
Like, there's never been a more sure. For sure, we're gonna win.
Yeah,
which is not a Shakespeare.
I know it's not.
Even though it is, it's he plays Venus and Serena's dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched, but I did hear he was
okay.
good.
But this one is coming out later, like the Macbeth
Joel,
one.
Yeah, no,
so
I think it's out. No, it's out now.
King Richard is out.
King Richard is out, but
no, I think you can watch Macbeth on Apple. Or
what?
Oh, okay.
Is that
but
true?
did it come out in 2021?
It did.
Okay.
End
of
Oscar season. All right. Well, hey, welcome to the Bill Squire Show. There's going to be a lot of snow, and it's February, so I can drink. And even though I drank in January anyway,
what does snow make a difference?
Because I don't have to work tomorrow.
Okay, I see. That makes sense. I get it.
And I might have to work tomorrow. We'll see. But Alan said, pretty good chance I'm not going to have to work tomorrow. So I'm taking him at his word. I'm not going to drink so much that I can't go to. We'll see. I'll be fine.
You won't?
I'm going to eat a hamburger after this.
You're going to have a hamburger after this?
Just without the bun.
Oh, do you have a hamburger?
Are you doing like
two
a
hamburgers.
low carb thing?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to do a low carb thing.
I lost like 35 pounds off of a low carb diet.
I've done it
a few years ago.
I lose it and I gain it back.
I never gained it back other than like working out. I like slowly introduce carbs back.
That's smart.
Yes.
I should try doing it slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might work.
Welcome to the Bill Squire Show. You know Tommy. You know AJ. We're having a good time. Yeah. You probably know me.
Probably.
I didn't have anything prepared for today, really.
Do you have
Maybe they thought I was Bill Squire.
You'd make a great Bill Squire.
Would I?
Do your best impression of me.
Stroke me.
AJ, that's not me. My whole life. I'm trying to get out of the shadow. And you just keep throwing me back in.
I mean, your name's Bill Squire.
I am aware.
I can't do it.
I remember one of the first things I said to you. I was just like, "Hey, anybody ever tell you that your name resembles that 80s pop star guitarist guy?" And you're like, "Yeah, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah,
happens a lot. Not as much. It comes and goes. So when I would do when I was working the road, I'd do radio interviews and they'd be like, does anybody ever confuse you for Billy Squire? And I go, not really, because even if they're going to see Billy Squire, they're really just there to see Styx. That's who was opening for.
I saw Styx.
How were they?
They were okay. I actually had to go.
I like Styx.
Styx was fine. I sliced my arm open at that show. I had to get 9 stitches that night.
Stitch me.
No. I was climbing a pole. Just because I don't know why I like the show didn't even start yet.
You don't drink.
Yeah.
No.
And I
don't even have that excuse.
Yeah,
whenever I do terrible things or irresponsible things, it's 100% me.
Sober you.
Yeah. No, but I climbed up this pole and I slid down. There was a shard of metal hanging out. I came down like this.
I know too many people that's happened to.
Yeah, and then I was walking. I didn't even notice it for maybe 10 minutes, and my friend's like,
"You're
what?"
Gushing?
My arm, and then my arm was gushing, and it was covered in blood, dripping down.
That makes you sick.
What makes you more sick? Him gushing blood from his arm, or the word moist?
That word.
Yeah. You're one of those.
Blood makes me pass out.
From coming too hard?
No. Oh. When I get my blood taken, I pass out. It's just a response that I have. But they're not taking it, you're giving it. But it's still removing from my body.
But if you just change your mindset.
No,
you're like, I'm giving you my blood.
I can feel the blood sucking out of my body. That's what makes you pass out.
Yeah, you can.
I used to get my blood work every week from the time I was 9 to the time I was 13.
Did you have an STD or something?
No, I had a rare blood disease.
Oh.
And it's gone?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was called ITP.
Down with ITP. Yeah, you know me. What is ITP?
That's an individualized treatment plan. I use those for work.
No, it's called idiopathic thrombocytopenia purpura is what that stands for. It's a rare blood disease where my body was killing its own platelets.
That's sick.
How do they cure you?
They removed my spleen.
Oh, you don't have a spleen?
I like your tweet.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Yeah, that shit really happened. Yeah. No, that tweet was real.
Okay.
Yeah. I had my spleen taken out.
It's hard to tell which of your tweets are real and which aren't.
Are not.
Yeah.
Some of them are operate under the assumption that they're all real.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
because you say some wild, weird shit.
Like
on
what?
there.
Like what?
Let's
go to AJ's
do the
Twitter
best of
account.
AJ's tweets.
So we're gonna go to the fucked up of AJ's tweets, which is also kind of the best of AJ's tweets.
Exactly.
I'm kind of a known tweeter.
Oh, you got a pretty busy little tweet there.
Yeah, I know. I've had a couple tweets go by. My Slutman video where I was singing Tom Petty.
Nice.
Went pretty viral.
Yeah, because Rex Chapman
retweeted it.
Yeah.
It's
like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
And I was actually, oh my God, you and I bonded over something. You had freezing cold takes. You had hot takes exposed.
Yeah.
I was used to expose someone's freezing cold take.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I've had a bunch of freezing cold takes, but like more recently.
Does that mean that like everybody also agrees with you?
No. It means like you made a prediction during a game or something, and they go, and then you were very wrong.
Oh, okay.
And they go,
and then it's this Twitter account that comes back to tell you how wrong you were about something.
All right.
Yeah. So like the one time where I was involved when it was Rex Chapman, when he saw my Tom Petty video, it was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then like a month later, he said something else was the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then freezing cold takes comes back. It's just like, nope, 1 month ago today, you said weird guy. You said weird guy in shaving cream singing Tom Petty. It was the greatest thing you've ever seen.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's an example. I would suck a mountain goat's dick if it meant I'd never have to suck an alpine goat's dick ever again.
That's 100% true.
You sucked an alpine goat's dick.
I don't kiss and tell, Bill, but what I will say is that.
Oh, well, you're going to have to kiss and tell in this situation.
I don't have to. What are you talking about? This isn't my show.
This isn't
my show.
Yeah. No, I don't want to listen to your band. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
5-second rule doesn't apply to clam chowder.
That was I wish somebody would have told me that, because maybe I would have gotten a second date.
Ooh. That's just Jesus.
Yeah, well, it says without looking it up, who is this? And it's Jesus.
It is Jesus. I got it, guys.
And you're not even religious,
right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna put screenshots of them down?
No,
in the lower quadrant.
Just follow AJ on Twitter. He's funny. Yeah. He says wild shit.
It's worth it.
It's a good time.
Twitter has actually gotten me every good thing I've ever had. If it wasn't for Twitter, I never would have gotten any of the cool things.
Twitter's great.
It's fantastic.
I'm so bad at it for some reason.
I don't do a lot of Twitter. Like I don't do like funny. Like sometimes I'll get on a roll, but I'm not a Twitter guy. I'm like right now.
TikTok, yeah.
TikTok's doing well, and then YouTube's doing really well because like they have the shorts, and like my stand-up clips are kicking ass on the shorts.
Yeah.
And YouTube. So I've been. But I just try to post stuff. But like nobody ever watches stand-up clips on Twitter. So if I post them on there, like no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, it's kind of a waste.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But me being like a humor writer,
that's a little different.
I'm also writing the things that I say. It's just people don't want to watch me say.
Right. It's different though. Like our comedy, like the way it's packaged, like my stuff works when on a page.
It's very
when you read it,
concise. Yeah.
When you read it, it's better. Like there are so many jokes that I write that I can't do on stage
because it's more of a.
Because I know.
What's the OnlyFans equivalent of that? Like, is there? Like it works here but not there. Like I can show my kids here, but if I show them, like nobody gives a fuck.
Well, that's literally anything. But like, so if I were to share the same stuff on Twitter, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So anything behind a paywall is a little bit different.
But also like Twitter at least lets you
do it.
Do whatever.
Now they're putting flags on it though. Every time I
God
post
damn it.
nudes, anytime I post news, which is not often.
That destroyed Bill.
But I know.
Like, it really hurt Bill.
It's just like, oh yeah, we
Twitter was like the
the
safe
spot,
space. Yeah.
Like first it was like
For
Tumblr, then Tumblr went away.
These
then
sluts
Instagram.
needed a place.
We need a spot.
We need a place.
They need a place to like get the word out that they're like, hey, if you want to come see me get naked and put things in my body.
I just don't understand what's so hard about like making like parental controls. Like if that's truly the concern, which I know it's not.
It's not.
They
it's
say
just,
that
yeah.
it's the concern. There's an easy fix for that. Put a 21 and over, account.
Mhm.
But they just fucking hate us.
They just hate you. Well, they're just jealous.
Just
They're jealous. I'm jealous. I see Tommy. I'm like, I want to be Tommy.
I want.
You want to be
wish I was
Tommy.
Tommy.
You'll spend like $6,000 and have nice tits like me.
Oh my God, maybe I will. Maybe I
could
will.
save up $6,000.
Yeah,
Have nice
not
tits
bad.
like you.
I did grab your boobs when I got here. I'm so
I know,
sorry for
I know,
that.
and
It
it's
was
like it-
an accident. To hug him, I just
Did
full of
fucking-
titties.
so when you got your
Like-
your
Give him another
when you got your boob job,
yeah.
No,
This is the second one.
this is the second one. You got
Mhm.
2 boob jobs.
Yeah.
Which one was the easier recovery?
Second.
Really? So,
yeah.
but when
Same
you,
with my nipple piercing. The
when-
second time I got them done.
when you got them and you came out, was your first thought like, oh yeah,
100.
I got gigantic tits. now.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's like, whew.
Well, I've been on Tommy's journey long enough to know.
You followed my journey. I like the way you say that.
That's Instagram speak. So I remember the first boobs
Yeah.
and they were good. But then when you got these
Second
ones,
moves?
oh,
Even
yeah.
better.
and like even better, but also like they just rest so much better.
They do. So I'm not going to say the name, but the first doctor that I saw did not give me the same education that I got from the second doctor. So something that's very common with like breast augmentation is the capsular contracture.
And like you keep
I don't even
kind of
know what any
mushing
of that
them
means.
around,
Yeah,
and it looks like it mushes like a real boob,
it does. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is like have you ever been with a girl that's
Yes.
got
Yes.
Big
like-
titties.
yeah? So
Yeah.
like I've been with a few, and like man, sometimes they are fucking rock hard.
You
Yeah.
can tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with the first one. He did not tell me like you need to literally massage them every single day.
Yeah.
So
Do you still have to do that? Every
oh
single
yeah,
day?
I do it in the shower.
Oh.
So like when I'm showering, I will literally
That's so weird because I feel like
I
just
subscribe
scream
to her OnlyFans.
yeah,
so I know
it's
that.
so not hot, but I do it.
that's so weird because like that instinctively occurs to me. Like I just do that.
You just squeeze
Your
your
tits
titties.
or your
You're
dick?
just like yes,
I
yes,
just
yes, yes,
both.
yes.
I just
Yeah.
I'm like
It is a
ugh.
very instinctive
Ooh.
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm really mad that my first doctor did not tell me that.
And then
'cause,
do
like
you-
it's such an
Do you
easy
do what I do?
thing.
Do you go ooh?
Ooh. Whoopsie gets nervous. She's pawing on the door of the shower. She's like, "Are you okay?" in
And then I
there?
start,
And I go, "Leave me alone, Whoopsie.
and then I start,
This is dad
and then I
time."
start doing like ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh
like an
no. Why?
I don't know
That's
because it's just
so
it's something
not
visceral
What?
and primal for me.
Yeah, primal
Alright.
for sure.
We're all gonna do our cum noise.
No, I can't.
My cum noise. I don't really make a noise.
You
I'll
don't?
go first,
Not really.
and then just
No, I really
I think
like
I
don't.
say
listen.
fuck when I come.
okay. So I'll go first,
Mhm.
Okay.
and then you guys can follow along.
Okay.
It's a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I come, here's what I do.
Okay. That's okay.
It's so hot.
It's so hot. Like the girls like to make me come just so they can hear me go.
Why are you drowning though?
I'm
you sitting on
drowning
your
in my
face?
own spit cum.
Your spit come.
Yeah.
Why do you come out of your spit? Like why is it?
It
spit
just
cum?
it's it's like AJ's blood disease.
yeah. It's like-
Doctors couldn't explain it.
yeah, you just
They're
do
just like
it.
you come in your dick and mouth.
That was
And so that's
so
why it
bad.
sounds like
What if you did come at the same time that you, or no? What if it came out of your mouth at the same time that you came?
What semen?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What I would just accept it
It
But
because
it
means
would
I'd
always
save
be
money
like-
on tissues.
If she's like on top, ugh.
Like, they just vomit cum all over her. That would be my cum noise.
Okay, that's his.
No, that's not my. No, that's not my.
Okay. Oh, well, it's Tommy's turn.
What's your cum noise?
My cum noise. Do you want me to go?
I would like Tom. No, Tommy. We'll save you for last. Go ahead.
Okay, my cum noise is I just start verbatim reading Adolf Hitler's Wikipedia page.
Let's hear
it.
Adolf Hitler, born April 20th, 1889 through April 30th, 1945, was an Austrian-born German politician who was the dictator of Germany from 1933 until his death.
It was like super fast.
Okay.
Yeah, super fast.
It's like Micro Machines.
He rose to power as a leader of the Nazi
You go through
Party.
the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Every time you come?
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to cut you off.
Okay.
But I was just getting to the good part.
I don't need you to actually come on the podcast. I just want to know what it sounds like. Now we know.
All right.
Now we know.
And Tommy, what does it sound like when you come?
I have been told that I've said, oh my. Not oh my God, but I stopped
oh my.
So you turn into somebody's grandma.
Somebody's grandma, yeah.
Somebody's Midwestern
That's
grandma.
with my husband. It's been a couple of years, but like that happened. And then like I stopped and we both immediately just started like cracking up laughing. Weird.
I don't mind
serious during sex.
I don't mind laughing during sex at all.
Me neither. It's great. Like that's very natural. It's very natural. It's very natural.
Laugh during sex. It's okay.
I like to play music during sex.
Like
you play it or you listen
well,
to
my parents spent a lot on saxophone lessons. So
you should start a OnlyFans.
Where I'm just playing the sax
and fucking at the same time.
That's a sexy song.
Who is that?
That's I don't know. That's that fucking song. That's
Careless Whisper.
Yeah, Careless Whisper. Yeah.
Is that Wham?
Yeah, it's Wham.
Yeah, that's Wham. Wham's good.
I never want to dance again. Got no rhythm.
All right.
So it's easy.
We don't want to get flagged.
Okay, I don't
for copyright.
I don't want to
get sounds so much.
Well, that was going to get flagged, and me saying that I just verbatim start reading Adolf Hitler's Wikipedia page whenever I.
That's not. No.
That's
That's
for copyright, not for like saying shit about Hitler. But like you copyright.
That's not
shit.
copywritten. Like music's copywritten.
That's true.
All right. So should we tell them what happens with our interview with Mike Cannon?
If you want to.
It was a good interview.
It was a good interview. It was a great interview. I feel like as far as our interviews have gone with other, like towards the end, like we all got involved.
Yeah,
it was a nice thing. The problem is I don't use Zoom ever, and I thought I put it on a setting that meant it was going to go back and forth because I didn't want the split screen like we've had before.
Why? It worked.
It did, but it's a little boring. So I wanted to go back and forth. Like when he's talking, it's on him. When we're talking, it's on us.
But it didn't work.
But it didn't work. Tommy's right.
Bill's
it didn't
so
work.
Smart.
And so what we had to do is we had all of Mike's video, but we didn't have our video. So what we did is we just filmed video for 20 minutes that's not going to match up with what we're saying at all.
It's just conversation.
We're having
AJ and I said it wasn't going to work. Bill was convinced you guys were going to love it.
And remember, it's his show.
It is his show. It's
I went out and had a cigarette. Bill. I met a lovely woman upstairs.
Did you fuck?
No, I didn't fuck. She lives in the building, and I
poop on her chest.
No, I told her I was Bill Squire.
Was it grandma?
No, it was just some lady. She's just like, she's just like, do you live in the building? I'm just like, no. Well, okay, I didn't see. So she was like, do you live in the building? I'm like, no, I'm actually here. I'm visiting a buddy. And she was just like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, it's something for the radio. Because she was older and I didn't want to
trying to explain podcasts.
Right. Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, that's cool. She's like, you're on the radio. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, I just want to enjoy my cigarette. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm on the radio. She's just like, what? Oh my God, you are? What's your name? I'm like, Bill Squire.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
She's so excited. She's like, I met Bill Squire.
I met Bill Squire. She's gonna tell her grandkids,
and then she's not gonna know that I'm Bill Squire. So I'm actually pretty
okay with that.
She's
gonna tell people that she met Bill Squire. They'll be like, oh, the stroke me guy.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be so confused.
So anyway, this is gonna be the interview with Mike Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be us in the corner and we're going to be talking. AJ leaves halfway through, comes back. It's not going to match up with our audio, but at least you'll see us during it.
Right.
And that's the important part. All right. So this is Tommy, and that is AJ. And this is Mike. So we'll get going. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bill Squire Show. I am your host, Bill Squire. I got Tommy right here, AJ, and we have a great guest this week, Mike Cannon. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
I'm great, man. So I've been following your career for a little while now since you were on you made appearances on Jim and Sam show years ago, and so I just kind of kept up with you on social media and stuff like that. And you've done a lot of great things, but the thing that we got to talk about first, that I don't know if it's going to be big for other people, but I think it's big for you. I think it's big for me. You got the rad soundtrack on vinyl, and as soon as I saw that, I didn't know it was a thing. I bought it like that.
No kidding. Oh, you were able to find it. That's awesome. Yeah. Dude, my I'm never like a thoughtful person. I've never seen a single item and thought of one of my friends and bought it for them. But this really funny comic and a great guy, apparently, Robbie Slowick, saw that, decided I was probably the only human being that it was created for, and bought it, sent it to my house, and I owe him my life because of it. I'm fired up.
Dude, it's such a good soundtrack, and for it to be so like to have it like have a vinyl version of it is awesome, because we rented that movie hundreds of times. We never bought it, but we kept renting it again and again and again, which is so stupid. But if you don't know the movie, it's called Rad.
Okay.
And it's basically the Karate Kid, but with BMX bikes.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
And I watched that movie way more times than Karate Kid.
That would have an amazing soundtrack. I know nothing about the movie, but I know that the soundtrack would be amazing.
I need to hear it now.
It's very like 80s like pump up music, like Lori Loughlin was in it, like
hell yeah.
Lori
Loughlin,
the scandal,
the criminal,
the scandal lady.
But yeah, so when I saw that, I didn't even know they made a vinyl of it. So when I saw
me
that,
neither.
And
it's red vinyl. It's red vinyl, which makes it even better. I mean, I love that movie so much that for my wedding, my buddy read an excerpt from Thunder in Your Heart instead of like a Bible verse. And then I also named my son Crew.
Oh, dude, I love that so much. Crew Jones, man, he's the hero in the movie. Oh, yeah. And what a good name. And like nobody's gonna like question that, but like that's a fuck. I'm jealous. I kind of want to have a baby now.
Have you ever had somebody like come up to you and be like, "Oh, that's Crew," as in like the kid from that awesome BMX 80s movie?
You have
one person.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What was your reaction to that? I
like high-five them and hug them. That movie is like one of those things. When you meet somebody in person that enjoys that movie, it's an instant bond. It creates shorthand communication, because you're like, not that many people had the experience of just over renting it constantly. I rented it so much even in college that I waited until the video store burned down, and now I have the VHS forever.
That's incredible.
That's so crazy.
I would love to have a VHS copy of it. I got to make that my next goal. But so during the pandemic, like right in like the peak of like lockdown and stuff like that, it came up. I work on a radio show, and it came up on there. And then I went back and watched it. I'm like, it holds up. Like it's still a really good movie. And I like it's nobody knows about it, but like you said, when someone does know about it, it's an instant bond. And so I saw that you had posted that, and I'm like, oh, Andy's getting ready to do an hour. Andy's coming to Cleveland. I hit up the club, and I'm like, I want to work with Mike, because I think we're going to be, at least we got this one thing that we can bond on.
Yeah, man. It's so funny too, because like I've known of you for a long time, and you're one of those guys where I don't know, like now I know, but I wasn't sure if we had met and hung out, or if I just knew you for years over social media. It's
just an over social media thing where it's but I know Bobby. So in your special, I can't remember the name of it.
Life Begins.
You have a story about Colin Quinn, and he has a heart attack, and then you get your chance from that. And like I have a almost exact opposite Comedy Cellar story.
Oh, let's hear it.
I went to the Comedy Cellar with Bobby. Like this is probably 2007 or 8. I lived in New York for like 2 months. Like fucking totally it wasn't for me. But I was there and went to the cellar with Bobby, and I sat down at the table. And if you guys don't know, there's a table that's specifically for comedians.
Okay.
And I didn't know that.
Then. That was back then. Bunch of fucking
up.
piranhas.
Yeah. And luckily, Patrice wasn't there, but Jim Norton was there. Colin Quinn was there. Bobby was there. And so they kept flicking the sign. And I was like, what are they doing? And then they flicked the sign a bunch of times. And then I looked at it and it says, Comedy Cellar comedians only. I'm not a Comedy Cellar comedian. So what I did is I picked up the sign and moved it to a different table.
Yeah.
Jim Norton just left. He just left. And like there was like a busboy that saw that, and he's like, he was laughing, but he's not laughing because I made a funny move. He was laughing because he knew I fucking ruined any chance. And then the rest of the night, Colin Quinn was just going in on me again and again and again, to the point where like Bobby and I had a gig together in Massachusetts later that week, and he's like, hey man, you got to just take like, and I was trying to like joust with him, but I was getting buried, but I just kept, he's like, you got to just take your fucking take the hits, man. You can't fucking try and go back. He's Colin Quinn, and you're trying to fucking jaw with him, and you're not even saying anything. You're just like, you're nothing. So just be nothing for a while. And so, yeah, that's so, but your story, if you watch Life Begins, is Colin Quinn had a heart attack, and Mike went on stage and did 30 minutes and got passed at the Comedy Cellar because of that night, basically.
Yeah. I mean, also, yeah, I get along with Bobby also really well, is because Bobby reminds me of like my father. He's extremely volatile and abusive. And so every time he's about to snap, or whenever him and Voss get together, and I mean, they called me at like 8:35 a.m. the other day and unloaded on me for 30 minutes about God knows what. And I just had to listen to those two old hens just, basically podcast at me for a full morning. And I rolled over on my back, exposed my belly like the weak little dog I am, and just let them ravage me.
But that's what they want. But then you get to, then they go, hey, but Mike, can you put me like a little something in your new special? Because
no, I was asking them. They were like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, they're great guys, and they're very fun. And like, that's kind of the process you have to go through with those guys. You gotta
totally
take some, it's like it's a brutal kind of hazing, but it's not like physical stuff. It's just, they're just gonna make fun of you.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like, and this is probably a little cornball to say, but it's kind of like being a rookie getting dunked on by Jordan. Yeah. It's like, all right, I just came into the league. Like, that's bound to happen. This guy's one of, if not the great. It's like those guys I looked up to. I was a huge Opie and Anthony fan, huge Tough Crowd fan. So the simple fact that I know them is pretty freaking cool. And just them trashing me, I enjoy it. First of all, I like being made fun of. And second of all, they're the funniest guys on earth.
Yeah, I'm the same camp as you, where like Opie and Anthony, like that's kind of the stuff that I listened to when I started doing comedy, like even before then, but like when I started doing comedy, like I bought an XM just to listen to them on the road, and then I got to work with almost all those guys. I got to do a shot with Anthony when I was opening for Patrice one time.
Oh, sick.
Listen to this lineup that I was on. It was Miss Pat was hosting, I was featuring, and Patrice was headlining.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is
the fattest Oreo on earth.
Yes, it is. I might use that as an album title.
Fattest Oreo on earth.
But yeah, it was a crazy weekend. But those guys, they're great, and they hold comedy so dear too. So that's why I looked up to those guys so much. As much as they are like ball busters and kind of mean, it's really about making people laugh, and not like having some integrity while you're doing it. So when you learn from those guys and have relationships with those guys, you set standards for yourself, and you can see that in your comedy, which is nice. And like even your crowd work and stuff, like you post clips all the time. You're fucking funny, man. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. It took a long time to even get remotely funny.
Yeah. Where so you this is gonna be, you're getting ready to do another hour. And is this gonna be your third one?
This is my third hour, second special.
Okay.
Before my first album was like before I mean, now if you don't film it when you record it, it's like ridiculous. Wow. So basically everything is a special, but that was before that. But it is on YouTube where it's like just a single straight shot of it. But yeah, only this will be my second special.
Oh, cool. And do you have a date that you're doing it on?
Yeah, February 18th in New York at the Triad Theater. So it's this cool little small theater that actually looks a lot like the old Comedy Central Presents, where it's like, almost just kind of a beautiful background, a little bit of a balcony squeezed in, cabaret seating type. It's really cool. Just wanted to give it a little bit of a different look than the Cellar.
Oh, cool. So you have shows this weekend in Cleveland, which I'm very excited about. You're going to be at Hilarities. You can get tickets at hilarities.com. I thought there was 3. I thought we did one. We're doing 1 on Friday, then 2 on Saturday. Yeah,
that's what we got. I know. Hopefully this snowstorm doesn't bury everything, but
it should be okay by then. And also, this time of year in Cleveland, people don't care. They go out because if you have a weekend, you can't waste a weekend in Cleveland. Like you have to, like if you don't go out in January and February, you will kill your wife. And so people know they have to get out of their house.
Well, especially now, like, is there any sort of city rivalry between you guys and Cincinnati, especially with football and shit? Like, is there bragging rights where they're like, suck our dick, or is it an Ohio pride?
At this point, I feel like just as like somebody outside, I'm excited for Cincinnati's Ohio.
No, fuck them.
Right? I don't watch football, but isn't there?
I don't want them to win.
She just wants to suck
them
Joe Burrow's
win.
dick. Like,
I don't even know who that is.
Listen, if you saw him, you want to suck his dick. He's great.
He does have a nice. He looks like he would have a nice
I
penis.
feel like it would depend on like what it is. Like,
no, I'm not rooting for the Bengals.
You're not.
No,
I'm rooting for the Rams.
See, I'm rooting for Cincinnati because I hate the Rams because it's like an LA team. So like their fans are very, I don't know, like, so, but also I won't be mad if Cincinnati loses because I know so many comedians from Cincinnati and I kind of want to see them sad.
I don't know. I just watched so many TikTok videos of like 88-year-old men watching the Bengals win and start weeping. And I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm a Bengals fan. That, and I want Odell Beckham to go through life ultimately unfulfilled.
I'm with
exactly.
You.
That's what
I'm with you on that.
I'm kind of rooting for Odell.
Oh yeah,
Does he talk shit on Cleveland?
He did, but I don't care. Like that didn't bother me.
Also, I talk shit on Cleveland. You talk shit on Cleveland. Like everybody talks. Like, and what I don't have like a visceral hatred for Odell, but I think it'd be funny if he got real close. Like I think there's funny things that can happen either way.
But it was like when he came here, what did you think was going to happen? Like I knew this exactly was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, he was throwing Eli under the bus, and he had 2 Super Bowls. You didn't think he was going to do that to Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your team? Like, who's your?
I'm a Giants fan. That's why I'm like, I'm so bummed out by Odell Beckham because he was the dude. I was so excited that he was going to be the greatest receiver ever on the Giants. Yeah. I love Eli Manning. I would absolutely blow him on sight if I ever met him. He is single-handedly responsible.
It's actually a very pleasant experience. And if you have the means, I suggest giving that a try. He tastes just like his father.
And he's great. And he still kind of has like an aw shucks attitude when he comes.
Yeah.
Never changes facial expression.
Yeah. He just looks at Peyton like, can I come now?
And he looks at Peyton, and then Cooper is in the corner just watching.
Do you grow up in the New Jersey, New York area?
Yeah, so I'm from New York. I was born in Manhattan, and
that's so rare.
Parents, I know. My parents are from the West Village. Well, they lived there when I was born, and then we moved outside the city, right outside of West Point, and then I lived in Rockland County for a while.
Okay, and so were you? They're in the West Village, but that's like 80s and 90s, not like the West Village is now. Like,
now it's back to that.
Oh, but I mean, it's not affordable now.
No. I mean, I think there were like COVID rates where you could kind of, get in under the wire over the last year, but now it's like jacked up right back to where it was.
Yeah. And so like were they like super wealthy? Are you one of those kids, or was it just
no, not at all. No, back then I think their apartment was probably like $350.
Yeah.
And it's right on Barrow Street. Like right now in that area, I mean, that apartment would be minimum $4,500 a month or something like that. It's crazy. Like a 2-3 bedroom or whatever it was. And they were, they had it rent controlled, the whole thing. And then they fucked up by, they leased it out and they weren't supposed to. And they could have just kept it and spent all that money, or spent no money on it, but kept it for years, but they got booted.
That's a bummer.
I would have had a beautiful place to live now.
I know, right? To have a place in the village for $350 a month. Like,
just roll out of bed and walk to the cellar.
Yeah. And you're married. You just had a baby. How old's your baby now?
He's 2.5. So he's like, it's wild.
Anymore.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cats are literally fighting to the death right outside the door. So
well,
that's cool.
Get them on camera. Let's
get out.
We can't put this on YouTube, but we'll put it on like, is there like a Faces of Death website?
I want to see a Faces of Death, but with animals.
Dude, do you follow that Instagram? Nature is Metal.
Yes.
No, but that sounds incredible.
It makes me so sad. There's sick.
There's nothing more awesome than nature
just
being
doing
violent to each other.
Yeah.
Dude, they show like they have like a hyena like biting the neck of something,
like a zebra.
Like,
that's
bring out of the side of their head.
Where the fuck has this been?
I'll show you.
Tommy's a vegan, and
but I watch it.
But why you watch it? Still?
That's natural. What we do to animals is not.
See, no, that's not true. That's not. How is that natural?
Farming and shit.
Oh well, I mean, we
yeah,
animals brutally kill each other in the wild every
fine.
day,
That's
Tommy.
That's what I'm saying. That's natural. Us over farming cows, and I'm not getting into it. That's not.
She's like, I like natural death. I don't like your factory death.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like, if you just see two guys fighting in the street, bare knuckle, and they kill each other, that's fine. But if it's a guy gets pulled into like a sorting machine at a Amazon plant, you're like, no, that's not natural.
Precisely.
I don't see why a lion can do it and I can't.
Have you seen
I just don't get that.
Literally any lion?
No, I've never seen a lion. I've seen it on TV and I see them do terrible things. They're bullies. Lions are fucking bullies.
They're so
true.
Cancel lions. Let's cancel lions.
All right, I'm done. I'm getting off my soapbox now.
All right. So with everything that's going on right now with comedy, I think it's a great time for comedy because I mean, you've been doing it for a while. You've seen the ebbs and flows where like there was the MySpace era where it was like Dane Cook and everybody was going to see basically one comic, and then there's kind of like a little bit of a lull, and then once Netflix took off, it started this whole new era of comedy where people are like able to find the comic that resonates with them. How, like, what do you think of all the, because there's so many, there's Joe Rogan can't do this, or the cancel culture stuff, and even to the point where it gets like so hacky where like cancel culture, when comics are like, I'm going to say whatever I want, and then it's like, yeah, of course you are, you're Tim Dillon, you can fucking sell theaters out. No one's saying you can't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like it's one of those things where I haven't run into any problems, and that's probably based on largely my anonymity.
Yeah.
But it is a fun time to do comedy because I like making people laugh, and then the people that don't like me are really pissed. So why wouldn't I like annoying the people who hate me?
You're getting a reaction.
And like honestly, those people, instead of just not watching your stuff, they go and
they help you. They promote it.
They boost your algorithm by being like, hey, this guy, he's not funny, and they comment and they at least interact. So it's almost like a skill to please the people that like you, but also make sure that the people that don't like you get to fuck around, and like you can use them. Like I had a video get a lot of views because the captions were shitty, and so like people were like, these captions are fucking terrible, and there were 300 comments like that.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah. Damn, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, 300 comments of people saying
that funny.
The captions are terrible, and now the video's got almost 3 million views.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, sometimes you gotta mess it up on purpose, but I mean, it's great, like, because now we can get out to more people based on our own outreach, which is nice. It is getting a little bit more difficult in terms of like algorithm stuff, and more things are becoming kind of pay to play. So, you know, just to even get into the YouTube like cycle of things, you have to basically pay for promotional stuff. You have to be clean for the first 5 minutes of an episode. Like, you know, there's all these weird rules where the internet used to be a fun bastion of free speech, say wild shit, and have like what you can't have on TV. This is where it exists. But now it's almost becoming like you got to be TV clean even on social media, or else they demonetize you. They throttle your traffic. And, you know, people hear enough about this where I'm sure they don't care what I'm saying.
No, but I think
it is irritating.
But I don't know if they know, like, I think as comics, we talk about this a lot, but I don't know if people understand like the behind the scenes stuff where, like getting throttled or shadow banned or whatever it is. Like it fucking sucks because like you're like, okay, I'm finally doing this, I'm getting stuff, and then you do one thing, you post at the wrong time, and they're like, nah, we have to destroy you now.
Yeah, I basically always have. I have like 3 months. So this is what happened. The pandemic happened. I had like 4 really good months of content posting where I like doubled my followers. Like I gained like 15,000 followers or something like that. And then because it started getting out there, it started getting the wrong people were seeing it. People that wouldn't have an interest in my type of comedy are just seeing it because it's just getting out there more. And then, of course, those people have a problem with it. They red flag it or say, you know, complain, whatever, report it. And then it just completely kills my traction. So then I'll go a full year and a half, sometimes 2 years without any followers. And then it'll just go through the cycle over and over again.
Well, if you are watching this, listening to this, it's at Mike Cannon. Give him a follow.
I am Mike Cannon.
Yeah. Check him out on at Hilarities this weekend. He's fucking funny, very original, and very natural. Like you're very naturally funny.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm pumped to work together, dude. I've heard only good things about you too.
All right. Well, you haven't. It gets worse, but it'll be fun. But thanks for being on the podcast, man. And I'll see you on Friday. Hilarities.com for tickets, and check out his other specials on YouTube. Just search Mike Cannon.
Thanks for having me, dude.
I'm gonna go watch Rad now. I'm gonna go check this out.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
All right, bye guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, man. Welcome to the end of the Bill Squire Show. Thanks for listening. My name is Bill Squire. Tommy needs votes.
I do on Inked Magazine. I don't know the link.
No, it's a long link, but you know her social medias. Find her social medias. You can vote every single day, and we're gonna get her to the top.
Yeah.
What's the grand prize?
$25,000.
Holy fuck!
$25,000 and a photo shoot. They will fly me.
Can I borrow $2,000 if you win?
Yes.
Can I borrow $2,000 if you win?
Yeah, vote for me. Are you voting?
I did vote for you.
Okay,
I voted. I spent $25.
You did?
I fucking told you because I don't have a Facebook.
No, you don't.
Well,
Your name did not
nice.
coming up.
I said I was going to do it.
Thank
That's
you.
great. Thank you.
Yeah.
You still never subscribed to her on OnlyFans, but that's even better.
But
It's
not
fine.
even.
This is fine.
Whatever. It's good.
Somebody spent $160 on me.
That,
oh God.
well, you're worth
really
you're
nice.
worth every penny.
No.
Every penny.
Shucks.
So the grand prize is $25,000
And
a photo shoot.
well, $23,000
With taxes.
So
With
you're-
taxes.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
plus-
So you're gonna give him
He's
is it loan it or give it?
We're not-
We'll talk later.
We'll talk.
We'll talk later.
I don't want anything monetarily from you. But if
What do you want?
but if you
Bill,
win,
Bill's
you have
been
to
drinking.
bake me a cake.
I will bake you so many cakes. What kind?
Not one of your vegan cakes
No
either.
vegan cakes. I'll just cry while I make it. Just mixing it.
You know it's gonna be
Hey.
just
We
like how
want you to vote for her.
Yeah.
That's all.
just
That's
like
okay.
just like how my mom made cake.
With tears. Anyway, thanks for listening to this episode. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.